Eurobike 2024, it's very exciting. This is day one. We've got loads of new releases, lots of new products, lots of new tech, lots of new bikes. Let's go and hunt some down. We're here on the SRAM booth and we've found this stunning Trek Slash. And it's awesome. I mean, the chrome paint finish, is it paint? Is it metal? Well, no, I think it's carbon, so the paint finish is incredible. And it's all dressed up with the latest and greatest. We've got the new Seb Ultimate Flight Attendant, we've got a Vivid Coil Flight Attendant, and then we've got the T-Type EXO transmission as well. So lots of electronics, lots of wireless tech as well. I think it's stunning. We just stumbled across this SRAM S1000 version of their T-Type transmission, and it's coming in at a lower price point. It's really exciting because it's going to be available just to OEMs, so you'll only be able to get it on complete bikes. You won't be able to buy it aftermarket, but it's going to bring wireless shifting and all the advantages of it at a much lower price point. So it'll be interesting to see what bikes it appears on. Okay, so we've got the rest of the group set here, and well, the rear mech looks really similar. It's got the sort of same hidden battery placement as the GX, which is quite nice. Weight's actually really good on that one. They've also got a crankset and they've got a cassette as well, so the whole ecosystem of the transmission. So yeah, less fancy, less cutaways and holes in this crankset. It's more a simple pressed one, but it's still got all the kind of things that you'd want. So direct mount, you've got the bash guards that are mountable on there, steel chainring as well. Nice feature to have on a sort of lower price tier bike. Cassette, I feel like there'll be a difference. This is the current XX, which is very light. Lots of machining in there, very fancy, kind of one-piece sections in it. And here's the newer S-Series. Oh, okay. It's a little bit heavier, but you know what? There's still a lot of machining on there. More pinned parts where it's kind of pinned together, which, yeah, should make it pretty durable. So, yeah, interesting to see this new group set at a lower price point. On the Trick Stuff stand, they've got some awesome new brakes, all black editions of their Maximas, which look super, and they're mounted to this prototype DH bike. What's caught my eye immediately is this rail system, and I was like, oh, what brand does that? And yes, you're right, it is Arc 8. So, German brand that do some really interesting stuff. This is their brand new prototype DH bike. Lots of tech on it. Apparently it's made in Switzerland. And yeah, just looks incredible. Okay, what makes this bike interesting? Okay, well, it's a 4-bar suspension system. That in itself is kind of cool, but maybe it's more than a 4-bar because we've got this sliding rail. So that means that the arc of the rear axle is going to be kept in line on these sliding rails. It's also aluminium, which you might think, oh, that's a bit heavy, but at 17-ish kilos, okay, this is a prototype, that's light. This plate construction on the side and middle of the frame is, well, it's really innovative. And maybe this rail system means that they can make it slightly lighter because they know that they'll have the frame stiffness in there. Yeah, lots of burly welds. Reminds me of some of the proto bikes of the 90s and DH's glory years where there was a new DH bike every year. But yeah, let us know. What are your thoughts on this bike? Okay, more drivetrain innovation. This time it's on the Bosch stand, but we're talking about a TRP rear mech. So TRP is the racing products of Tektro, and we've got a new drivetrain from them which integrates with the Bosch Smart System drivetrain. What's all that mean? Well, it means that you'll be able to have smart shifting. So it'll shift effectively autonomously by itself when the kind of like cadence and when you set it through the smart system at the right time. It's really clever. So it is cabled here, but that's to provide power into the main battery. But we've got the shifter up here, which is really nice and innovative. It's wireless. It's a double push sort of system. Really nice lever, really light fitting. Also, I spy kind of nice new TRP brakes. Okay, the lever, maybe not that new, but I can see that it's got ABS braking. So previously that was a feature that Bosch had worked with Magura on solely, but now it seems that they're widening the range of people that have that technology, and Tektro are jumping on board. So according to Bosch, this is the first wireless auto shift that they're doing with their smart system. So this TRP system trumps all the other big names. It's quite big stuff. Okay, we're here at Magura and we've got the legendary Gustav brake, which was one of the first mass-produced disc brakes. People like Tomac used it, Palmer, loads of legendary racers. And for a while, this really powerful DH level brake has been missing from the lineup, but now Magura have released the Gustav Pro, this all-new brake from Magura. Lots of features that are going to work on an e-bike and lots of features that are going to work on a DH or trail or enduro bike. And why? Well, they've increased the reservoir, so it's got lots more fluid, lots more millilitres, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but they're talking about doubling the amount of fluid in the system. And that means that the system should last a much, much longer. Other heat management techniques, they've got really big pads, again, held in by magnets, as lots of the Magura brakes do. Other cool feature is a much wider disc rotor. And why is that good? Well, there's just more mass. So A, it should wear really, really well, and also it should manage really extreme heat really well. Be really interesting to give this a go on a gnarly downhill. Okay, brand new bike here on the Nicolai stand. It is a G1 GPI. Okay, G1 I think we've heard of before, but this is a new iteration. I'll say inspired by Geometron, because Marcel from Geometron has helped a lot in the development of this. This one is all new though, because we've got pinion and a Gates belt drive. So we've got the Smart Shift gearbox in there, and then we've got the belt drive. So this is an acoustic regular bike. It's not an e-bike, and it's awesome. We've got 160 to 175 rear travel. This one's 29, but you can actually have it as a MX or mixed wheel size bike, and there are lots of adjustment in terms of geometry. So you've got a little adjustment chip here on the rear swing arm, which means you can play with, well, lots of part of the geometry. You've got another flip chip here and another adjustment chip here. So there's loads you can do on geometry. The headset spacing also allows for kind of reach and angle set. And also there's a massive range of sizes. So yeah, a really rad metal bike. Ooh, that feels good. All new tyre from Goodyear. So iconic brand. And they're bringing back an iconic name as well, Wrangler. Really nice tyre, available in an e-bike or e-drive, and also an enduro casing. So 2.4 and 2.6, I'll say this, that compound feels really nice. Dedicated front and rear tread patterns, because the tyres are doing different things. So yeah, interesting tyre. So as well as seeing brand new prototype tech, you also see race-winning bikes. This one's still got the mud on it from Crans, Montana, which I think was just a couple of weekends ago. So this is Tom Pidcock's race bike. It's his Pinarello Dogma XC bike, and it's packed with loads of trick stuff. So we've got the electronic system from Suntour, so that's the rear shock and the forks. Interesting, so it's got an XTR drivetrain, but we've got an SRM power meter. So that's a original equipment kind of manufacturer, SRM. They made power meters way back. They had bizarre springs and things and were very heavy, but now it's a race product. Very interesting to see. Lots of nice details on it around the stem and some kind of like custom decals. Also, very interesting seat placement. But hey, Tom is smashing it on the road, off-road. So yeah, he must know what he's doing. We're on the Smith stand and we've got the all-new Forefront 3. Lots of tech in here. Probably the highlight, or one of the highlights, is the fact they've got this all-new 360 internal cage. So it's injection molded, and it provides the sort of skeleton that all the protection sits on. And talking of protection, we've got lots. We've got EPS foam, we've got Coroid, which is that kind of a bit like straws, I guess, bonded together to create this wonderful geodesic kind of structure, which helps with, well, saving your head. Lots of other features, including a really cool BOA 360 strap sitting around the back. So that means that the tension strap on the back of the helmet, opposed to just kind of ratcheting about 270 degrees or so, it's going to tension all the way around. Another big thing about this helmet is, well, the big vents. So you're getting less helmet, but that means you're getting 25% more airflow compared to the already airy Forefront 2. Okay, brand new helmet here, and it's not just one, it's two helmets. We've got the Hardline carbon here, which is full carbon, and then we've got a fiberglass one there as well, which is very similar protection, but slightly heavier. And I talk about weight, and this is the lightest, as we know today. Maybe tomorrow something new will come out, but at the moment, this is the lightest full coverage carbon DH helmet. It is sub-kilo. That is seriously light. And you might think, oh, I don't want a light helmet. I want something with loads of protection. Well, that's pretty sensible, especially for a DH one. So this meets the DH standard for a helmet, but Smith have gone above and beyond to make sure that there's loads of tech in this helmet to protect your noggin. So it's got full carbon outer, so that's going to help with impact protection. It's got full Coroid underneath. So unlike some of the sort of half helmets that they've got where they've got just sections of Coroid, this one has it throughout. It's something that Smith used in their snowboard helmets, so they've got a lot of experience. It's then got the EPS liner on the inside, so you've got kind of 3 levels of protection inside. Other nice things, we've got adjustable cheek pads, always nice to adjust fit, and an adjustable neck roll. And I've got to say, I'm not sure I've seen that on other helmets. Obviously, we've got an adjustable peak. Nice little detail, which was asked for a Smith racer, is to have a flat section up here so you can mount your action camera. So another little secret that this helmet's got that actually I feel like most people will forget is it's got collarbone protection. So it's got a special patented rubber technology in here. I say rubber, I feel like it's probably way more advanced than that. But essentially this section here is slightly softer and can absorb some impact to save your collarbone when your helmet hits. Clever stuff. Okay, I'm sitting very comfortably here on the Ergon stand because I've got the new Ergon saddle under my bum. And what saddle is it? Well, it's the new SMS Sports Saddle. So it's the new mountain bike saddle, and it's a new shape. So they've redesigned it quite a lot, actually. Initially, it looks really similar. So it's got a cutout. It's got similar features that Ergon kind of have done really well. So it's ergonomically very good, but it's got a shorter nose, and where the sit bones are, or where you would sit with your sit bones, is a much bigger area. So the idea is that it's going to work with more people's bums, especially on bikes with steeper seat angles. So where there's a bit more pressure and you might need to move around a bit more because of that steeper seat angle. I think it's great stuff. This is the Orbea Alma. It's not new, but it's still amazing. Super light frame. From memory, I think it's sub 1,000 grams for the frame, which is almost road bike light. It's super special. 29 in front and rear. This one's the OMX, so this is the super advanced one. They do a different OMR build as well. That's the carbon. They also do a aluminium one, and that's what I'm going to get. I've placed my order. Hopefully it'll get here soon. So I'm looking forward to getting out and doing some XC stuff. Okay, don't shoot me down because I know this is an e-bike and this isn't the e-bike channel, and Jonesy's done an amazing video on EMBN already. So if you want more, you can watch on there. But this is big news. DJI, famous for loads of drones, loads of camera equipment, gimbals and other stuff like that, have stepped into the e-bike market, and not just with a kind of someone else's product. They've developed it all. So they've got their own bike, 2 different models here, and a complete new motor system. Okay, so what we're looking at here is full carbon frame. We've got 2 different models, 150mm travel on the frame, 160 fork, lots of nice detail, lots of nice features, internal cable routing, 4-bar linkage, motor stuff, 105 Newton meters and an 800 watt-hour battery. It's a lot of good numbers. Wow, so much stuff already. The S1000 stuff from SRAM, new electronic group set from TRP, integrated with Bosch stuff. Okay, lots of e-bike stuff, but lots of other great stuff, like those Magura brakes. Just so much new stuff, and there's going to be loads more. We're going to do daily videos here from Eurobike. So yeah, what did you like already? What are you going to look for in new stuff and new tech?